I know, I got nothing to lose by singing these Faustus blues. I know, I got nothing to lose by singing these Faustus blues.
There was one particular incongruity. It did not belong to any inhabitant of the mass graves. It was 2 centuries older than the rest, and from Britain. I read, with fascination, a strange, allegorical tale that, if it was a suicide note, did not make its purposes plain. At the beginning of time, God made a judgment. Of all his creations, only a few, he determined, should know blessedness. Paradise was to be their inheritance, for they were chosen. Bliss was to be their birthright, and never stolen away. Their blessedness was neither earned nor owed, but simply given. They loved their Maker, and he loved them too. For the rest of his creation, God decreed destruction. They would burn, and the burning would be never-ending. Nothing in their power could alter this. Their nature was their fate. Everyman fell. He fell into the body of an ape. That, he thought, was God's idea of a joke. He thought he remembered being an angel. That was his tormenting flaw, the memory of wings. At night, in darkness, the heavy laws of nature's verdict receded, and he flew. While his body was dormant and silent, the mind of Everyman conjured divinity, and he flew. Everyman began to believe, in this drowsy half-sleep, that God cared for him, then that God looked like him, and finally, that God had once become him, until one day Everyman reckoned himself a god, a juror who might repeal nature. He was lost in himself and worshipped the dream. Everyman wrapped himself in spectacular imperial purple and felt proud. Then he remembered his nakedness underneath and felt shame. When man is at the end of himself, he will throw up and fall to the floor. Then, without legs to stand on, he will see the light of a morning star. He will crawl, and crawl, and crawl, and crawl, and he will not have a leg to stand on. At that moment, a helper will appear. Every man knows that the helper is evil, but every man knows too that he, in his nature, is evil, and that the good has never been a friend to him. The helper will speak to every man then, and he will say,
"Come with me, and I will get you to the end of that tunnel."
"I can't get up," every man will reply.
"I will give you somewhere to stand."
"Are we in hell?" every man will ask.
"Hell is no place, nor are we out of it."
"I don't believe in hell," every man will retort.
So say they all, until experience proves them otherwise.
Then every man will consider the end, and wish he had been born an angel. J. Faust, London, 1962. There was nothing exceptional about Sir Johannes Faust. Had he been born 4 centuries earlier, he might have occupied the nethersphere between history and myth, like John Dee, or Jan Hus, or Nostradamus. Had he been born a century later, his patrician haughtiness would surely have barred him from popular celebrity, but he would have known other happinesses. I do not know what answers I expected to find. Perhaps I have spoken about him only because there was once a time when I was a child, and I stood someplace that he had stood, and we both thought of lost things in a world that has now vanished. We shared a sadness, and it mattered to me then. It matters to me now. It may not matter to anyone else, but perhaps that is why it matters. If the shade of Faust could read these pages, I wonder what he would say.
Burn your book. Divinity adjure. Let shades be shades, and do not bring us back under that harsh and dissembling light. For it is judgment that we fear.
But someone must be God around here.